Welcome to Listpedia. It's time to count down the top 10 movies of the 90s. The 1990s was a great decade for movies. Groundbreaking would be an understatement for the way it played out. Box office records were broken, special effects were pushed to the limits. Several of today's multi-film franchises had their roots during the 90s. With hundreds of movies released during the 10-year span, it's hard to truly select the best. Here's our non-filtered list of the top 10 movies made during the 1990s. Number 10, Fight Club. We're breaking the first two rules by including this movie here.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
Fight Club is different from other movies in this list. The movie was initially not well received by the public, but gained a cult following after its DVD release. Since then, it's become a pop culture icon. Fight Club is one of those movies that require a second viewing, thanks to its famous plot twist that gives it new light and meaning. It also helped that the main cast, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter, all turned in amazing performances.
I'll expose you.
Go ahead. I'll expose you.
Tyler Durden approves this message, but you still can't talk about Fight Club. Number 9, The Matrix. Are we really talking about this list, Mr. Anderson?
I know my rights. I want my phone call.
Or merely is it a simulation The Matrix has placed in your mind of a top 10 list of 1990s movies?
Take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
The Matrix is perhaps best known for introducing the bullet time visual effect in movies. It won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, along with 3 others. The movie's use of complicated choreographies and wire work during fight scenes changed action movies. Subsequent movies like the first X-Men have emulated those techniques, and it has also allowed Asian action movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon to gain popularity in the West. The Matrix also made an appearance in our top 10 sci-fi movies list. It revolutionized the industry. See the description for the link to that list. But finish watching this one. Number 8, Saving Private Ryan. When talking about movies set during World War II, Saving Private Ryan is usually the first one that pops into people's heads, and for good reasons. The movie's 27-minute opening sequence of the Normandy invasion is heart-pounding. The movie is considered one of the most realistic depictions of this devastating war that claimed thousands of lives.
Your brothers were killed in combat.
Which ones?
All of them.
The opening sequence alone cost $12 million and required more than 1,000 extras.
I mean, where's the sense of risking the lives of the 8 of us to save one guy?
The movie's portrayal of war has earned it universal acclaim and 11 Academy Award nominations. Number 7, The Lion King. The Lion King is a beloved Disney classic that is best known for its beloved characters and Academy Award-winning original score by Hans Zimmer.
One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
The movie was actually made by Disney's B team, with the A team working on Pocahontas.
Who are you? The question is, who are you?
But the movie never lacked in dedication. One of the movie's most iconic moments is the stampede sequence.
Hold on, Simba!
Notice how not a single wildebeest ran into each other during the frantic sequence? That's because a computer program was specifically created for that scene. It took almost 3 years just to animate that stampede sequence alone. The success of this movie, along with films like Toy Story, ushered in the animation age of filmmaking. Number 6, The Silence of the Lambs. You can label The Silence of the Lambs as a horror movie or not, but it doesn't take away the suspense it carries. In fact, it's the first and only movie that's considered horror to have won the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Who's the subject?
The psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter.
It's in this movie that the famous character, Dr. Hannibal Lecter, was defined by the creepy performance of Anthony Hopkins.
Did you do all these drawings, Doctor?
The movie centers on the unique relationship between Lecter and Jodie Foster's character, Clarice Starling. The two of them were only together in the same scene 4 times in the entire movie. That showed that relationships don't necessarily require direct interaction between two people. Number 5, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. It's one of those franchises that are easily remembered with a single line.
Stay here. I'll be back.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day at the time was the most expensive movie ever made. Most of it went to its special effects department. The movie was the first to employ motion capture performance for a CGI character and the first to feature a main character with partial CGI effects.
Hasta la vista, baby.
For the movie's landmark special effects, it received 2 Academy Awards, Best Makeup and Best Visual Effects. But in scenes where Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, appears on screen twice, there weren't any CGI effects involved. Instead, the movie employed Hamilton's real-life twin sister. Number 4, Beauty and the Beast. Who says that movies need advanced special effects and famous actors to be successful?
I want adventure in the great white somewhere.
Disney's Beauty and the Beast proved that the same success can be achieved with beautiful hand-drawn animation, a compelling narrative, memorable characters, and an Academy Award-winning soundtrack.
Beauty and the Beast.
In fact, the movie only has 5 minutes in total where there is no music heard at all. There is one scene where a real, non-animated effect was used. During the Beast's transformation into a human again, actual smoke was used for the sequence. Number 3, Titanic. This list wouldn't be complete without the first movie to gross $1 billion at the box office. James Cameron's take on the Titanic tragedy held the top spot in the box office sales until his next movie, Avatar, overtook it in 2009. One of the movie's most memorable scenes was when Rose, played by Kate Winslet, was being drawn by Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, with only her necklace.
Head down. Eyes to me, keep them on me.
It was actually James Cameron who drew the entire picture, and it's his hands that are seen during the shots. That scene was also the very first to be filmed when the sets weren't ready. Talk about an icebreaker between the two actors.
Where to, miss?
To the stars.
This movie is also notable for introducing Leonardo DiCaprio to mainstream audiences, and we all know how his career turned out. Coming in at number 2, Jurassic Park. Everyone got reminded of the terrifying beauty of dinosaurs in last year's Jurassic World, but when Jurassic Park was released, it showed everyone the amazing potential of computer-generated imagery. The Brachiosaurus scene still stands out as one of the most iconic moments in movie history, not just in terms of CGI.
You said you've got a T-Rex?
Uh-huh. Say again. We have a T-Rex.
Other highlights are the big bad T-Rex and the Raptors. They were created primarily through robotics or animatronics, but in some scenes, they were actually just costumes. The kitchen scene toward the end had the most extensive use of raptor costumes, with only a few shots requiring CGI. Imagine the men behind the suit trying to emulate dinosaur behavior, not to mention the heat inside the suit. And our number 1 movie of the 1990s? Toy Story. Toy Story is most notable as the first ever feature-length computer animated movie. Movies like Shrek and Despicable Me wouldn't be around if Toy Story didn't break the door open for computer animated movies in Hollywood. It also boosted the sales of the toys that appeared in the movie. like Mr. Potato Head and Etch the Sketch.
Hey, Etch. Draw. Go! Got me!
The movie centers on the boy Andy and his collection of toys. One of his favorites is the cowboy doll, Woody. He even has a cowboy hat of his own to match. But notice how it differs from Woody's actual cowboy hat. You might think that's just another cowboy hat.
Pull my string. The birthday party's today?
But when the sequel, Toy Story 2, came out in 1999, it gave a completely different meaning, which involves Andy's mother herself. If you watch Toy Story 2, try and figure out the meaning.